Well, welcome back to the Epic YouTube Dorks RV channel. Today I'm doing a just sum up of some things that we learned on our 1 month summer trip. And these are just 10 things. There are a million. Probably. We found lots of, I will say this, but we're going to talk about it in a minute. But before we get into that, I will tell you I'm going to, let me grab a pen here, y'all. So I'll have something to open this with. I am going to share with y'all my go-to cleaning supplies, body supplies, good, toothpaste. This is a box that I've been ordering from. It's the Wellness box. It's called the Wellness Company. And what I've been ordering from them for about 2 or 3 years because I like how clean these products are. I don't like anything that's going to poison me, and I already struggle so much with so many health issues, and this has really helped a lot. Now, if I just eat healthier, and they do have healthy foods as well, but somewhat, I don't like to do the sugar, but they have the healthy beef and stuff anyway. This is the second time since I've been ordered from them at the post office. No, excuse me, not the post office, post office. The UPS office has lost my package or damaged it or destroyed it. We don't know what happens to it. But when I first started ordering, it happened, and I'm like, oh man, I knew I shouldn't have ordered from them. It's already not coming in, But I called them, got on the phone, they had a package out to me in no time. This time, it happened again. This is the second time, and this is, like I said, I've been ordered for 3 years, and this is only the second time it's ever happened. I do believe in supporting local. Don't look real cute today, y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway, and I called them, and because I only use their laundry detergent because it's clean, and I have so many skin issues, so I don't want to use anything else. So I was like, man, what am I going to do? I'm going to be out of laundry detergent. I usually am ahead of the game, but we were planning that month-long trip, and I wasn't even thinking about ordering laundry detergent. I was like, oh, I'm fine. I'll be fine. I probably have plenty. I didn't. So I'm not out yet, but I was about to be out. So I was like, I've got to call them. I'm going to be out of detergent. What am I going to do? And so I called them. They were just so wonderful, and had my box shipped out the same. They had it packed up that night and shipped out the next day. So it got here quickly when they did that. So I thought I'd just share what I get from y'all. This is kind of like a little shopping haul, so to speak, because I shop with them. Instead of going to Walmart, which I'd rather take a whooping than go to Walmart, do I go to Walmart from time to time. But if I could avoid it, I would never go there. It's very rare. It's usually something that's just cheaper there. Not cheaper than the Wellness box. The Wellness box probably doesn't carry it if I bought it there. Like, maybe some leather cleaner for my new car. But I'm just using that as an example. But so very rarely do I go there. All right. So when the box comes in, it comes in always with this. You only get one life, one body, one opportunity on earth. Let's make it great. I do agree. Let's at least keep it as clean as we can. It's not any more expensive than anything you buy anywhere else. They do try to package it pretty good, and they do a pretty good job with it. So I'm gonna throw all that on the floor so we can kind of look, because I didn't get a whole lot this time because I was in a hurry. But I needed some shaving cream, and this is their shaving cream. It's not any more expensive than anything in town. I love it. I use it all the time. But I was on my last bottle, and I try to keep at least one bottle ahead. Which I'll probably order one next month too, because I do order from them every month. Because I'm always going to be, every month you go to Walmart and you buy whatever you need, shaving cream, toothpaste, shampoo, whatever. They sell shampoo, shaving creams, all the cleaning supplies your house can possibly imagine. Matter of fact, the cleaning supplies are so, I really like them because they come in and concentrate, and you get the bottle and you mix it with the water, and it works really great, so you get a lot more out of it. So I feel like I don't order as many cleaning supplies as I would like to. What else I order from them, I don't know if you can see this, but this is my diffuser. I have one in here, one in the other bedroom, one in the bathroom, one in the kitchen, one in the living room, one in my bedroom. All 3 bedrooms have one. I love diffusers, and these have been some of my favorites, because some of them you turn them on, and they're in 2 hours they're off, and you're like, no, that stinks. But these do not, and I like their essential oils, so I buy their essential oils. I bought that a long time ago. I am the queen of frankincense. It does so much for my skin. I use it in lots of spots where I have skin problems or something, and it helps tremendously. So I buy that, and they're reasonably priced, not, and it's a good quality. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'll set that over there because I know that'll stay somewhere. All right, this is my detergent that I buy. I have a pump for it. And I bought literally 4 of these. 2 of them are, well, 3 of them are Island. No, I ordered all Island Breeze this time. Don't tell my husband. I love the Island Breeze smell. They have a Mountain Fresh. And I'll probably order again next month. But now this bottle washes like, I don't know, 96 loads, just like what you buy in town because it takes 1 pump. It lasts a while, but I still don't like to run out. One thing in my house we do not run out is laundry detergent. And, you know, sometimes I give one of my bonus dollar header or something. And so I may run out because I gave somebody one. I do have a high definition washing machine. I really think this is scam about all that high definition stuff. I mean, high efficiency or whatever it is. I don't know what HE is. But anyway, and that's what I got this time. Normally, I mean, some months I don't need to get very much. So see, some months I'm just ordering just what I need. And I did. So, and my next order will be probably, like I said, some more. I'll have some more detergent. I'm also going to have to get, I can't remember what, I have to go back and look at my list because I make a list, and when it's time to order, I just order at the end of the month, every month, and I have what I need. Sometimes I've ordered twice in 1 month. If I run, I know when I gotta get dishwashing liquid. I get my dishwashing liquid, all cleaning supplies for the kitchen, your laundry room, your bathrooms, everything I get from there. One of the ladies that introduced me to the Wellness Box, her son, when he was younger, sort of managed to get into the toilet bowl cleaner. But no worries. No worries at all. He didn't have any poison control issues. They've never had any poison control calls on him. Okay, that was kind of getting me off track for what I'm going to be talking about today, but I wanted to share that with y'all. No, I don't have any affiliation. I'm not getting something for telling you that. I'm just telling you, if you're ever interested in that, you should look into the Wellness Box. All right, I'm going to talk to you about some things that we learned, like I said, in the RV. Number 1, we overpacked. And I, by the way, went through my RV, but I have a 25-foot R-Pod. Just 2 people in it now. It has a bedroom, a bathroom, kitchen, a living area. No dining room table, but it has a little table that goes on the end of your couch that hooks in. You can kind of sit it. And that's enough to make us feel like we have something. And actually, if we were cooking, if we were outside, if we could be outside, we were outside. We had a picnic cover table thing, and we covered the table, cleaned everything. But we packed a grill. We packed, you know, my RV came with a griddle, and it's underneath my camper. But the back of my husband's truck was, I had 2 boxes, one with tools, one with extra parts for the RV, like an extra plug. The only thing I didn't have was probably if the pooper hose had went out, we'd have to buy another one. But I carried several small supplies of things that we just have seen that we've needed. So we definitely overpacked. Like I said, 2 boxes just of tools. We had a gas grill. We had a spare tire. Now, I have a spare tire on the back of my RV, but we bought a second spare tire because if you have a blowout on a double axle, 9 times out of 10, they're going to both blow out. We also carried a blower because it helps us to clean our site. We have a cordless, it goes on a battery pack. It's a DeWalt blower. We carried a DeWalt tire pump that'll air up your tires. If you get a low tire, it'll air it up. It works on vehicle tires. They have another little part to it that works on bikes or whatever. Excuse me. You can blow up your air up a ball or whatever. But we carry that because of the truck, the tires on our truck, of course, and on our RV. And we do have a tire monitoring system, which we used when we travel. So we keep an eye on things so that if it acts, but I'm telling you, if it goes down one point, that thing will go off. It'll drive you nuts. But, and sometimes when you're driving a long time and it gets hotter, it can affect the numbers on that when it gets cooler and hotter. And we were in cooler places at the time because we went to Montana and we went to the Glacier Mountains. We were at Yellowstone. It was nice. So we packed stuff for that. We packed an extra tank for our gas in case we need it for the gas grill, which we don't believe we ever even used the gas grill because we used the griddle. My husband loves the griddle and has just really enjoyed using that. So we just use the griddle most of the time. Actually all the time. And then the gas stove in the camper a little bit, but very little, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And then what else do we have in there? Let's see. We had extra chairs. We had 5 chairs for 2 people. We don't know why. Instead of unpacking some of those, we packed those. Some were under the camper, some were in the back of the truck. Of course, we also have to carry our I forget what they're called, Stabilite on our jacks. You put something on top of your jack, underneath your jack. And also we have this big one that hoops around like this, so if it's not level, we can roll the RV over it and it will make it level. And it's really worked. That we did use that several times. That we did need, but I'm telling you, when I say overpacked, we overpacked not just in our stuff in the back of the truck, and we also had an ice chest with food, plus our refrigerator full of food. So we had to cook the ice chest, use the ice chest stuff first. And I would say I would not do that again. I would not do a big ice chest like that because that just took up too much space. And we have a fridge in there. We'll just stop at the grocery store when we need more things. We also had in there, we also had an ice chest in the back of our truck, but it was small. And that was for our drinks and things like that. We way overpacked. We brought 2 or 3 jackets instead of just one jacket each, because we did have times when we needed a jacket, but we were bringing extra of everything. It seemed like we brought enough clothes to not have to wash for probably the whole month, and that was ridiculous. He knew we were going to wash. So we overpacked, that's for sure. Learning to not pack like so many clothes, and we had very little clothes space. Okay. All right, the second thing that we learned is that our kitchen is way too small. There's literally no prep area in that kitchen. I have a sink, and on my sink, I had a guy build me a cutting board that goes, that has the little beveled edge. My husband actually had to put the bevel on it, so it sits down in there. And that's a cutting space that I can use while I'm cutting. But that means while I'm dirtying up dishes, doing things, they can't go in the sink. My husband does most of the cooking outside on the grill because of that. Because there's literally, it's your sink, your stove, and I have about this much space left, and it fits my coffee pot over there. That's it. There's not enough space in there. If we ever get another RV, I said that's probably going to be one of the number one things, that I need a little bit more space, counter space for my kitchen, like some of those RVs that have an island in it, or just more space, more counter space. Even our coffee pot, we had to put a new plug in before we went, and that was one good thing. But it took up the little bit of space we had left. We had nothing left. So our kitchen is way too small. So if you ever go RV shopping, make sure you have some counter space. That is so crucial. All right, the next thing that we learned is big cities are tough driving an RV, even a small RV, because people do not pay attention. They don't care. They don't mind running you over. And when we were traveling through, we weren't traveling through Dallas. So this is number 3. We weren't traveling through Dallas, but we got to the edge of Dallas and could not get over to get off where we needed to avoid downtown Dallas. So we got stuck in downtown Dallas traffic. My husband was stressing out. I will say I learned to put my earphones on, make some noise, read a book, something, because he is not friendly when he's getting stressed out about that stuff. I did try to help him watch, but it's hard when he's yelling at you the whole time. So we worked on that a little bit, but sometimes he needed me just to leave him be because he was so stressed out about it. So big cities can make you very stressed. In a bigger RV, it's going to even be more stressful. But we need a bigger RV. I don't know if we're going to ever get one. We may make this work and learn how to downsize what we're packing. We'll see. So that was number 3. Number 4, one of the best things that we ever did was when I was booking sites for our trip, and even some of them we didn't book, we booked as we were going along, is that a pull-through site is the best thing since hot apple pie. It just makes things so much simpler, especially if it's an overnight stay, but even if it's not an overnight stay. But an overnight stay was really nice because you didn't even have to unhook. And we know a lot of people don't like KOAs, but that most of them have pull-through sites. The price is fairly reasonable. It's not the cheapest, it's not the most expensive. It's reasonable though. And they have the cleanest bathrooms of any. I mean, when you say it like a state park or a national park, they do not have clean bathrooms. I'm of course going to use my RV bathroom, but sometimes you'd like to be able to use theirs too. But so I will say this, drive-through spots are wonderful. So if you can pay that extra to get that RV spot that's a drive-through, do it every time. It's just so much easier. That was one of the things that we learned. Also made for a happier driver. Okay, and this kind of, didn't have these in any special order because I was talking about our kitchen was too small, but cooking outside is the best. For me, it's the best for a number of reasons. One is that my husband does most of the cooking, and I'm usually the cook. I do love to cook, but it's kind of nice to get somebody else cooking for you. So it was kind of a special treat for me that he would cook. For instance, one night we cooked chicken fried rice. Actually it wasn't chicken. We just took what we had, which was some Spam in there and something else. We did have chicken too. Chicken and Spam, and mixed it in with our fried rice and made our own version of fried rice on the griddle. He would, whatever we had, he would just pop it on that griddle. And that was so nice. And then we'd sit outside. I would do the prepping inside. He would be doing the cooking outside. And I would set the picnic table up. We'd have a little basket with our plates and our silverware. And that brings me to silverware on that eating and cooking outside, because we had plastic, but you know what? When you eat steak, you gotta have real silverware. We had knives, but you even need real forks. So we ended up stopping at a store, maybe a Walmart or something, and I found some inexpensive forks, but they were full-size forks, regular forks. And so have real silverware. That's what I'm saying. When you're cooking and eating outside, have real silverware. That was number 5. Okay, number 6 for me was our bedroom was so small. It's a queen, but it's a camper queen, so it was short. I'm 5 feet 9 inches tall, so that was a little bit difficult for me to be on something so short. My husband's a little shorter, and it didn't seem to bother him as much. I mean, we were tired some nights and we did sleep, but when you walk in the RV, you're at the kitchen and the living area is all together right there, okay, small. And then you go into the bathroom, which has a sliding door on this side, and you go through that bathroom into our bedroom, so there's a sliding door separating our bedroom from the bathroom. So I'm a little claustrophobic, and when my husband would go to the restroom, he'd shut the sliding door so it wouldn't disturb me, I'd be asleep and he'd come in there and he'd shut the door before he'd even turn on the light. But it would wake me up immediately because I would feel like I was closed in. I would have to sit there and talk to myself. It's okay. It's not like the doors are locked and I can't get out of here, but it would feel very claustrophobic. I would like a full-size bed. All the way, it can be queen or king, but I would love. So when you go looking, don't get a camper queen or king. Get a full-size bed because it makes the bedroom a lot more comfortable. We literally walked into the bedroom and fell into the bed. So it was such a small bedroom. So I would say make sure you at least have enough room to walk into your bedroom and then get into your bed when you're looking for RV. So that's just a suggestion for you. Number 8, our refrigerator was not big enough. We really would like to have a residential fridge in our camper. We have our camper actually, and I've heard they're not even making these anymore. Ours runs on gas or electric. Of course, if we're traveling, we're probably going to have solar panels that'll be hooked to that and run it when we're driving to keep our fridge cold. But because we do have solar panels in our camper now that will keep quite a few things running in there, but not the AC. We're going to want more next time. I would say try to find a little bit bigger fridge. We can't fit a gallon of milk in there, and my husband drinks milk every day for breakfast, and every day he cooks us breakfast if we were stopped somewhere. Weren't in a hurry, like didn't have plans to go and had to be early or something. He cooked breakfast all the time, so it would be nice to have just a little bit bigger fridge. If I'd known this before I went, because I thought, oh, this is plenty, but it's not as much plenty as you think, and even just 2 people. It was a little more difficult than you think. Number 9 is a doozy. Gas is expensive. We have a 2500 diesel Duramax, Chevy diesel Duramax Z71 or whatever it is, Chevy Z71, and it uses gas. So on a travel day, and we try to keep our travel days around 5 to 6 max hours. And I say 5 to 6 hours because the drive time may say only 4 or 5, but we're going to stop. When you're pulling an RV, you're going to be a little slower, so it's going to take you longer, and you're going to stop more. in that day's drive, we may have stopped in like evening 4 and filled up before we went. That was probably $100. Then we're going to have to fill up again about halfway. And then when we get there, we're going to fill up for the next day. So every day that we were on a drive day was a minimum of probably between $150 and $200 in gas. And I say that because sometimes it was 70 and sometimes it was 100 when we filled up, depending on the price of gas and depending on how low we got, just for gas. So just remember, when you have to love doing this, because, and I do, I love that we have that private time. We're not in a hotel. We're not in somebody else's bed. We're not on somebody else's sheets that I don't know if they clean them very well. You know, we can sit and watch TV and watch what we want, and it just feels like our own little place. I mean, we say at the end of the day we'd be playing all day, and we'd come back, well, I'm ready to get back home. To us, that camper was home for us. That's one thing that you don't get. To me, it's not something you get in a hotel. So we loved it, but you're not really saving as much money as you think when you're traveling and spending $200 on gas plus your RV spot. So if you're just thinking in one day, if you went to a motel for one night, you spend $100 and something, you know. So you're not really, I mean, you're spending over $200, maybe $250 on a travel day. So, and stopping. That's just one night stay. So gas is very expensive. Because gas is so expensive and we want to do this, my husband is now retiring. I'm not far behind him. You know, he's probably going to work some, but not full time anymore. But we are going to need gas money. That's why we're going to work part time, because gas is so expensive. We're going to want to do this more. And so when we're not taking our RV, we're going on short trips or day trips or whatever, and we're taking my car. I had a Highlander, and it's a great car, but we decided we wanted something that got better gas mileage. So I have just recently, since we've gotten home from this trip, purchased a car that gets about 43 miles to the gallon. I go 2 weeks on a tank of gas. So that's with me running a lot, because school just starting back. So I've been running a lot. So, and like, I mean, it's like school's been in 1 week. The first week I was running to make those visits with people that I don't get to see enough before school started back. So I did a lot of running for 2 weeks, and still I have not got gas yet. Saturday was 2 weeks, which technically I haven't. Today is Saturday, and I haven't really been anywhere today in my car at all. So we've chosen to downsize my vehicle to compensate for the amount that we know we're going to be spending in all of our travels. So that's gas is expensive, people. If you want to do this, understand it's not cheaper. It's just a passion and a love for doing that and having your own place and having, you know, and if you, like when you travel, okay, for instance, we stayed for a week right outside of Yellowstone, which I will tell you, when you stay really close to a national park like that, it's a little pricier than someplace else probably. But we didn't use as much gas. Now, we did still use gas because we literally toured the entire Yellowstone National Park several times. We were driving all over it, you know, and then we took it over to Jackson Hole, and we saw the Grand Tetons. You know, we went and visited some other things, so we spent gas money, but the rate at which we use gas is a lot less when our RV is not behind us. You are doubling the rate of gas you spend when your RV is behind you, so know that. But gosh, we had a good time, and it was well worth it to me, and I just love RV. All right, the last thing that we discovered, and this was really helpful for us, was an app called RV, the RV Life app. I don't have any affiliation with them. I don't have any discounts for you. We just discovered this ourselves. I've heard a lot of other people talking about it. I didn't even use anybody else's discount when I got it. I just said, my husband had been doing some research. He said, let's do this RV Life app. So we did a year's subscription for it. We'll probably keep it, let them renew it in the end of the year, because it helps you with bridges and not bridges, well, going under bridges is what I'm talking about. Making sure that your RV is going to go underneath everything. That app has, and we don't really like to be in a lot of big towns, you know. I mean, it was helping us to miss Dallas, except for we missed our exit, because you don't want to go through those things. Some of the best part of the travels is just not being in town. I will tell you, we drove, and oh, and another thing, if you see a gas station, stop and get you gas, because we traveled up and kind of out west. We went through Arizona and some different places, and we might drive for 4 or 5 hours without seeing a gas. I mean, a couple of houses, and they were like nothing. I'm thinking, how did they get their gas? Because they were like farms. Some of them were ranchers and stuff. How are they getting the gas for all their stuff? So, an RV Life app is very helpful for that. For just for making sure that you are going through areas that are a little safer for RVs. Because I'm telling you, in a big city, they don't care if you're in an RV. Those people will be running right over you if you're not careful. So you can't just watch yourself. You have to watch all the people who are not watching you at the same time. So it is really tough to go through a really big town. And I know some people have gone through some really tight towns. We did go through a smaller town, but we didn't really have any trouble because it wasn't a really busy town. It was kind of like a little off-beaten path of Route 66. It wasn't really on Route 66. It was kind of off of it. Roswell's where we went through. And it was a smaller town, and finding a parking place took a minute, but the people there are very nice, and we found a church like a block or so away and knocked on the door and said, can we park, would you mind if we park your RV? We want to explore your town. You know, is it okay if we park here? And they were like, of course. And they let us park, and we felt like our RV was safer there. So, and we toured the town and saw some of the cool stuff there. An unexpected stop on our trip, you know, some of the unexpected stops. So, and you will have unexpected stops. This is my 1 through 10, but I will tell you one of the coolest things about RVing to me is when you can't find a bathroom, because like I said, you would travel for 4 or 5 hours and see nothing. Nothing. I mean, when I say nothing, I mean nothing. A couple of houses. We saw a couple people biking, and we were like, where are they going on these bicycles? It's like 1,000 degrees in some of the places we were going. I mean, it was hot. There were cool places, but there were hot places too. And I'm thinking, it's way too hot for me to be bicycling, and there's nothing out here. Where's your water, man? We went to Grand Canyon area, and I'm like, these people are just bicycling. And I mean, there is nothing. Not a gas station, some of them were like old, they were Indian reservations and stuff, and they were very, very, not much there. I mean, like they used to have some businesses in a couple of places, but you could see everything was gone. Even that would be like a town, and they didn't even have a gas station there. They have a store. They just had some houses there. So having an RV, when you have to go to the bathroom, is super, super cool because you can just stop somewhere, find some place to pull over and stop. And just get out and pull your steps out and go to the restroom and come back out. Because I mean, we have a pump. We keep some water in our fresh tank in case we need it for things like that. And we can stop and use the bathroom and have a lunch. And something we don't have where I live is they have a lot of these little just pull-offs where you can just pull off if you need to take a break. It's not really a rest stop in the sense there's no bathrooms. It's not like the rest stops with the bathrooms and all that. It's just literally a pull-off. We've pulled off, got out, got in our RVs, shut the door. We don't put the slide out or anything, but our lights work with the solar panels, so we have lights. We can turn the TV on if we want to do, which we don't usually, but we use the restroom. We eat lunch. We stopped and ate lunch in one of those places, and I thought, boy, this is so cool. Why don't we have these in Louisiana? I don't know. They don't, but they did there, and it was just a lot of little places like that. And I guess when you're traveling through places that don't have much, you know, there's nothing there, there's cattle ranches and with one person for 5,000, I mean, it's not that much, but it's a lot of miles with nobody, you know, several hours that you would not even see another human being. I was like, this is, wow. So that's another nice thing about an RV. If you're traveling in a car and you got to go to the bathroom, you're just going to be squatting over there on the cactuses because there's nothing. So we did have a benefit with that we really enjoyed. So those are just some of the takeaways that I've come from on this RV trip. I have been looking at RVs for a while, and I'm not ready to buy another one yet, but I'm probably going to be eventually, but it's not at the top of our list to do things in our life right now. So we may not ever do that. Who knows? But I'm going to have to learn how to pack better if I don't. So if you have any things that you've learned while you're RVing, please drop them in the comments. Be sure and like and subscribe to help me keep making these videos and being able to do live videos sometimes too, because I would like to do some live question and answer videos from time to time. But right now, I would like to hear from you, and you tell me things that you've learned if you were in a small RV. And I saw people in smaller RVs than us. I saw people in bigger RVs than us too. But so tell me some things that you learned, that you have learned through the years of travel or living in your RV even. We don't live in ours, but we would like to be able to like take summers and go somewhere cooler, take winters and take some time to go to some warmer places, which we live in a not super cold place, but we like for it to be even warmer. So, oh, I forgot I have a remote for this. So anyway, just hit me up, put some comments. Don't forget to drop your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the Epic YouTube Dorks. You guys have a great day. Till our next travel. Well, we'll try that again. I hit the wrong button. Maybe. Maybe. I just had it working. And now it's disconnected. So sorry guys. I'll have to see you later.